Right. Yes, yes. Good evening, everyone. It's a pleasant evening from here. It's 7 p.m. on the dot. And yes, the live session is hashtagged Write That Book Resource Program. And joining me for today's session is none other than Dr. Adeni Atiba, whom I hope and believe would be joining in a couple of moments now. Yes, is already right here. Yes, sir.
Hey.
Good evening,
Hello
sir.
there.
Yes, sir. Good evening.
Good evening. How are you?
I'm very well.
Well done.
Very well, and you too, sir.
Very fine.
How's been your day, sir?
Hectic, but then fine.
Welcome. It's such a great honor having you join me for this session. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much
for having me. I'm grateful.
Yes,
I'm grateful.
Sir.
Thank you.
And
Right.
yeah, my friend, my brother, Kevin Jerome Brown, thank you for joining us. I can see you there. It's good evening from here. All right,
Hi,
sir.
Kevin.
Yes, sir. Apologies about my lightning here. You know how our Nigeria system is. In fact,
you don't need to apologize. We're all in it together. It's fine.
It's well, yes,
all right.
Sir. Like we say, it is well.
Yeah.
All right. So here we are. I was sharing an inside joke with a friend of mine earlier today. I was like, wow, I saw your bow, and I'm like, where do I even begin to pick this up from? I'm like, Lord Jesus, like this is amazing, sir. But then to get on with this session, sir, can you kindly do me and our audience the goodwill of telling us more or a little more about yourself, please, sir?
Okay, so in summary, I like to call myself a business and life strategist. I'm a business and life strategist by calling. That's my purpose. That's what I do. That's who I am. Business and life growth strategist. Growth strategist. So for roughly 24 years now, I have been building businesses, helping businesses grow, and also helping people get better in life, to grow, in their lives thereabout. So, but, that's like the summary of everything. Of course, you've seen my bio. So those are my experiences. So what I always like to say is, let me use this word. So, sorry, they will be big grammar. So I'm a business and life growth strategist. I'm a success hacks scientist. What that means is I enjoy finding out what makes people successful. My life was a bit hard growing up, and one or two things. And so I had to learn, what do successful people do that makes them successful? And I had to start to learn from them and then copy. So I've been doing that, and I've been using that to help people, succeed also in life. So I'm a publisher. As you can see, I'm published. Not just an author. I've also published. I'm also a publisher. So I publish books for people, and so we do everything that has to do with publishing. And also, I'm a life coach. I coach consistently. I also, work with businesses, so, I do a lot, So that's why I like to say that I'm a business and life growth strategist, but I have experience in a lot of things in life. So basically,
wow. Awesome, sir. Awesome, sir. Thank you so much. When I saw that, I was like, wow. And particularly as your endeavors cut across the public and private sector, I'm like, this is amazing, sir. And I'm also a part of your WhatsApp community as well, and also and I've been benefiting from some of the stuff that you've been.
Are you serious? You're
yes,
on Success at Hackers Community.
Yes,
I didn't know.
One of your side members there, But then, I'm just amazed and dazzled at the amazing work that you're doing, and that's one of the reasons why I even had to reach out to you personally. And as we'll get to talk about it, your last book, The Leverage Called Envy. I was amazed at that title. I was like, such a title. But then some of your books. Okay, let me just even start this way, sir. You have 15 books to your credit already, sir.
Yes. Actually, 16 of them.
Wow.
But the 16th one, I decided to withdraw it back because I felt I needed to add more to it.
Okay.
So it's going to come out in the new year. So it's actually 16 books actually. Yeah.
Wow. I was like 15 books. Though of course there are people that maybe have written more, but I'm just amazed at the diversity of the books, and the different themes, and is it niche that we'll call that now, that around there. I'm like, how did you come about all of this? Particularly, like I said, the last one that I know, The Leverage Called Envy. I'm like, how do you think about that? So can you tell us some of the processes that led you to some of these books, please?
All right. Okay, so I'll be very sincere. My inspiration is strongly from God. Okay, I'll be very sincere. Apologies to those who are not who are not.
Please do you by all means do you.
You understand? I will try, but say sincerely that Okay, excuse me. Sorry, I need to.
Okay.
All right. Sorry. A call was coming in. I had to decline. Oh. All right. So I get my inspiration from God, from the Holy Spirit. I'll be sincere with you. Most of the time, what happens to me is an idea comes. An idea comes, and my very first book, to be sincere with you, was dictated to me. My first book was called Outperform, Live an Outstanding Life. I remember very well, I started having a burden in my spirit. It was like something was heavy in me. And I remember very well, I told my wife, this was 2013. Yeah, 2013. I told my wife then, I said, you know what, I'm feeling heavy. And she said, it's like there's something that God is trying to tell you. And I was like, really? Are you serious? And I wasn't a small young Christian, but she just told me, and it just hit me. I said, that's true. And so I withdrew into my prayer room and I started praying. And to my surprise, I started hearing a voice in my ear dictating to me. Wow. That's how I wrote my very first book. And after I finished writing, then I still heard the instructions. Arrange it like this, arrange it like this, arrange it like this. That was my very first book. Subsequently, after that, I noticed that I would just have ideas pop up in my head, and then I start writing. But of course, I will be sincere with you also. Through those times, I mean, as I was writing one after the other, I also developed processes to writing. Okay. I also developed processes to my writing. Okay. I believe strongly in the word supernatural. The word supernatural, there's a super side of life, and then there's a natural side of life. That's what makes it balanced. Okay. So so while I've enjoyed the super, I've also had to build myself when it came into natural. Okay. It was my natural process, my natural competence that I started building that enabled me to become a publisher. Okay. So at first I just enjoyed writing. I just enjoyed just telling my stories. I just enjoy sharing stories. I love writing. I enjoy writing. And I'm sure you'll be a witness to that in Success Hackers community. When I'm typing, it's very fast. I mean, it just flows. I enjoy typing. I enjoy writing. It's just like that. And to be candid with you, once I have an idea, I can finish a book in a day if I want to.
Wow.
I can finish writing a book in a day. Yeah.
Wow.
Because once I get hooked in the process, I don't stop. I don't stop. You know, so what I end up doing for the next 1 week or 2 weeks is to actually just add flesh to what I have written in that one day, and then just, you know, arrange them, you know, make them have transition, which is, you know, and all those things. So if you're going to write like me, you need to, number one, understand that I'm somebody that I enjoy a lot of quiet. Okay, I enjoy a lot of quiet. If I'm writing, once I have an idea and it grips me, I want a quiet place. I run away from distraction. I run away from noise. I just want to be alone. And I tell my people, you know what, people, gentlemen, ladies, everybody, your excellencies, please just give me some time. And then I go on typing. And what makes it work for me is I enjoy using Google Keep. Google Keep, you know, it's an Android app by Google.
Okay.
Google Keep. So Keep. So when I use Keep, Keep allows me to type. So whatever I type into Keep, you know, it says there. I don't have to click save. Where I stop, it's there.
It picks up from there.
So I can leave it. I just come back again. I keep on going on it, and I write a lot. Now, the leverage called envy, I was standing in my sitting room. It was so interesting that day. And I was down. I was broke. I was broke. I was there. I was broke. I needed money. I needed some things. And I heard the voice of God. I heard the voice of the Spirit telling me, you know what? Let me make you happy. I'm like, make me happy. Okay, what do you want to do? And he said, do you know that envy is actually a leverage? I'm like, are you serious? He said, envy is a leverage. But I started arguing. I said, no, contrary to what you have taught me. I mean, that there's a reason for every negative emotion. I said, what? He said, yes. He said, there's nothing that is entirely bad that I cannot turn to good. There's nothing that is bad that I cannot turn to good. And I said to myself, you know what? Okay, I'm all ears. I mean, I'm open. I mean, right now, you are the infinite spirit. You are the spirit that is eternal. So, you know what? I need to listen to you and let me hear you out. And then he started telling me and started opening my eyes. And you know, and that's how it is. Thank you, Kevin. You're right. All emotions can be leveraged. I'm telling you, all emotions, anger, sorrow, everything. Let me tell you something. If you are too happy all of the time, you will make wrong decisions at some point. Oh, somebody is like, what are you saying? What are you saying? Now, look, that's why, you know what? Solomon was more than a king. Solomon was a psychologist. Solomon was a philosopher. Solomon said, go to where they are burying people. He said, you will gain wisdom there.
Wow. Yeah.
Let me tell you something. You need to be sober to make some decisions in life. If you are too happy, you'll be too high to make those decisions. You understand? So all emotions can be leveraged. And one of the things that I saw that the Holy Spirit led me to see was the movie Inside Out. And you see, I don't know how people see God, but I enjoy God because the God I serve is an interesting God. But my God is an action-packed God. You know, it's like a script writer. You know, he shows me life in movies. He shows me life through the lens of animations, through the lens. When I'm reading the Bible, I read the Bible as if it's a movie. I see like a movie. I see actors, I see actresses. You know, I see a God that is a director behind me. And it's so awesome, you know. So I love storytelling, and it communicates more with me with storytelling. So it took me to Inside Out, you know, that movie by Pixar, and was showing me how, you know, all these things, how it helped, you know, the role of what's the name of that? God, what's that emotion? The green one. The role of the green emotion, the role of the red emotion, the role of the blue emotion. You know, all of these emotions, they could be leveraged. And I started seeing that there's another side to envy. Do you know that there are two kinds of envy? We have what we call the benign envy, and then we have what we call the malicious envy. Malicious envy is different from benign envy. All right. Now, malicious is, I see what you have. I want to get rid of you. I don't like your face. I want to take what you have. Yes. But there's a benign one which is
like what happened,
filled with admiration.
I was going to say like what happened between Cain and Abel, right?
Exactly, because I mentioned that also in the book, right?
Okay.
I shared that story. What Cain had was malicious envy. Cain was not wise. I don't want to use the word stupid. He was not wise. You see, every time that you see somebody have something that you like or you love or you want, guess what? Admiring from a distance, you quench that bad emotion, that bad feeling, and you say to yourself, you know what, I want what this person has. Now let me get close to this person, right? Let me get close to this person and ask them, how are they doing it?
Okay.
How did you get here? What are your processes? So that I can also have it. So I'm not watching you from the sideline. No, I also want your life. I want that kind of thing you have. I want your results. Guess what? So benign envy happens mostly between mentees and mentors most of the time. It's easier that way. But people get malicious, right? They have malicious when, you know, your colleague, your friend that you grew up with is now doing well. Your colleague, that same friend that you grew up in the slums with, is now dating that girl that you wanted to marry. You're mad, you're angry, you're filled with malicious envy. So how do you leverage on envy? You acknowledge, number one, that you know what, I know that I'm feeling envious about this person. Acknowledging it. I'm feeling envious. I know I'm feeling envy about this person. I'm jealous. I want this person's life. I want what this person has. Number two is to say, you know what? I'm now going to put aside all that negative emotion and I'm going to leverage on it. I'm going to ask, I'm going to make it a motivation. I'm not going to sit down here. I'm not going to sit down and sit in my self-pity and sit in the pit and then say to myself, you know what, that person is doing better. Why not me? Why not me? And then, no, I don't need that. I go to the person and I start asking questions. Dude, how did you get here? What are you doing differently?
Like you said, what are you
doing differently? What are you doing? You know, and you know, ask those questions, and then I can sit with it, and then you know what, get to work. Get to work. So I can use envy as a stepping board, you know, to move through life. And then you know what, you can use that. If once you master that, you can actually begin to use it in your business, in your career, and in your life. You can start to empower yourself. Once you see people are envious of you, you see, it takes one to know one. If you're an envious person and you have mastered that emotion, it's easy for you to see and recognize somebody who's envious of you.
Okay.
It's also easy to also, you know, take that thing. Okay, this person hates me right now, hates my guts. Why? Because this person is envious of my success. All right. Now, how am I going to use this for my own leverage? For example, a lot of people that attack you on social media are envious of your life. They're envious of the kind of life you have. How can I use that? No problem. I can turn it around. I can easily see an 8 mail or 8 speech or 8 response or whatever, and then you know what? Just right back. And I've done it before. So somebody posted something that I said, and somebody, a top person, went for my jugular. That person was fighting, was raking, cursing me online. And you know what? And I just went straight to that speech and I said, oh, I apologize. I'm the one that made this statement. You don't need to go far. I'm here. Pour it all out. You know, just talk to me. And the person was shocked. And you know what? It's okay. So I clarified. I said, this is what I said. And this is the reason why I said what I said.
What I meant by that. Yes, sir.
Exactly. Guess what? I got a lot of followers at that time. People started liking my comments. People started coming back to me. People started following me and all that. Look, let me tell you something. I am not angry with the person who envies me because I understand I've been in your shoes. I know what it means to envy. I know what it means to be on the other side of the divide where you want something so much and you're not getting it. You work hard for it and you're not getting it. You feel you deserve it. But life is not being fair to you. I get it. But you know what? Every single one of us who has envy in us is because we are human. It's just because we're frustrated. But we can actually get out of it.
You can take all that.
Take that negative energy and we can turn it to a positive one.
Wow.
You can take that malicious energy and convert it to a benign one.
Wow.
That will make your life better.
Wow. Also, you know, I think that would want to lead me into this book, particular book. You had written this book as well, titled "You Too Can Lead."
Yes.
Yes. Can you?
Yes.
Can you also help lead us into that, please?
All right. Awesome. Okay. So, how did the idea "You Too Can Lead" come? Was that there was somebody I was coaching who I realized had a problem with leadership. She was running away from leadership opportunities. She's running a beautiful campaign, a powerful organization, but she didn't just know how to lead. And I was having a discussion with her, and the idea for "You Too Can Lead" just came. And I tell you the truth, I lie not. I wrote "You Too Can Lead" in one day.
Wow.
So I took it, so I started explaining and I started developing. And the ideas are simple, honestly, that leadership, you become an effective leader when you understand two focal points. And by the way, I'm sure that Isaac is going to share the link with you. "You Too Can Lead." I intentionally made it free on the page so that people can actually download it. You know, it's a powerful book. I wrote it in the honor. I dedicated it on my father's birthday. And I actually gave it out for free. The idea, the concept, yes, you're welcome, is that there are two things that will make you very powerful as a leader, that will make you very effective. You can master those two, you're going to go very far as a leader. Number one is to understand that you cannot do everything yourself. You can never do everything yourself. So you must learn to delegate. If you're going to go far, if you're going to maximize, learn to raise people and delegate. Let me tell you, people will make mistakes. They will not be as perfect as you. But one thing is for sure, if they keep at it and you keep supervising them, they're going to get better.
Sir.
So one of the challenges with being a self-employed person, if you remember the cash flow quadrant of Robert Kiyosaki, is that self-employed people have not learned, they've not learned how to transition to become business owners. What's the difference? Systems. If you have mastered systems development, you would understand that you can actually plug in people into systems. And you can supervise the system. That's the number 2 point, that when you create systems, you become very powerful. So as a leader, you must master creation of systems. You must master creation of systems. You must learn to create systems. You must give yourself to learning how to create systems, how to run systems. That is the only way you will not burn out easily. You must learn to delegate and you must learn to create systems. If you can do those two, I promise you, you too can lead.
Yes.
You too can actually be in front. You too can actually make things happen. Those are the two very, 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 very skills. You must learn. My people will say in my language, learn Lati mojukuro. I'm mojukuro, and I'll tell you what it means in English. Isaac understands what I'm saying. It means that you must learn to take your eyes away. Don't look at people's imperfections too much. Because if you do,
from my end,
you fall sick, God forbid you fall sick, or anything happens to you, your legacy will go down the drain. But when you keep on giving people chances to fail in a supervised, in a supervised structure, environment,
space, yes, sir.
Guess what happens? It becomes better. Wow. So like John C. Maxwell says, teach them how, do it in front of them.
Show them how to do it.
Model it to them, then show them how to do it. Then watch them do it. All right? Sorry, that's the last one. Do it with them. That's number 3. And then watch them do it. So number 1, do it for them. Do it. Let them watch you. Number 2, do it, show them how to do it. Do it with them. And then let them do it while you watch. That way, you keep on doing what? You are creating, and let them make their mistakes. Hello?
Yes, sir.
I've seen a lot of people, they are so bad at it. They don't know how to do what? They don't know how to let things go. They don't know how to let things go. They don't know how to, release things. No. You want to kill yourself before your time. It doesn't make sense. So I give myself a lot to investing in people, to investing in others. Sorry to
cut you, sir.
Yeah.
Kevin J. Brown has this comment, which I think it's just flows beautifully with what you're saying, sir. He says, yes, delegating is important and it increases effectiveness in teamwork. It's a true testament of trust.
Exactly. Exactly. If you don't trust people, then you cannot truly what? You cannot truly delegate to them.
Particularly as you had said, learn to mojukuro.
That's it.
Yes, sir.
That's it. Yeah, and in the book, because I don't have time to talk about it now, you can actually read, if you download it and you read it, like I told you, it's for free. It will help you a lot. Like it has helped me. If you download it and you read it, you will see how to choose somebody you can delegate to, how to know people that you can delegate to.
Which I
because
think
you can't delegate to everybody.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But you need to know the kind of people you can delegate to. So yeah.
Wow. Thank you so much for that, sir. Thank you so much, sir. While you were speaking, I know that you have this passion for coaching. Yes, because like I said, being in the community and all that, and because of I've seen certain processes, particularly with writers and authors. Writing a book also helps to ascertain a certain level of credibility and authority, and that also now leads into public speaking engagements and maybe more into life coaching. I would want to ask that, in your own context and in your own experience, would you say you started out writing, or would you say you started out coaching?
Oh, well, to be candid, I started out coaching actually.
Okay.
I've been more of a content developer. I develop content. I write. On the net, I've been, I told you I've been publishing. So I've been publishing for people. I read a lot. I write a lot. It's sad. Well, this is actually my second Facebook account. My very first Facebook account. If you saw it, I had tons of content on it, written content, tons. Sad that the team at Meta decided they were going to disable it. I don't know what happened. I really don't know till today. I've written them. I don't know what happened. They've not given me a tangible reason why it was shut down. Over the years, because I started that page 2006, started the account 2006. There are tons of stuff there. So I've been writing, but coaching was something that I picked up, like 13 years ago. And what coaching did for me was it helped to crystallize my thoughts. you know. So as I started to coach more, I started to teach more, and teach people, help people more, I realized that there were a lot of things that I wanted to say that I didn't have the time to say. And I felt, you know what, instead of me, you know, just having to repeat and repeat, let me just put them into books. All right.
Okay.
So
okay.
It's quite easy for me to tell a coaching client, get this book.
Okay.
Yeah, you understand? Just get this book. You know, it makes things easy than, you know, I spoke it to them, they heard it. You know, some of them don't remember to document it, but now you have the book.
They can go back to it.
You can go back to it. Okay? So you can actually go back to it. So the person having issues with leadership can actually go back to you. You two can lead and read over and over and over again. And one of the things I do to my coaching clients is that I tell them to read the book and write me a review of the book. Okay? Review the book for me. Write out what you. So there's no way you won't read. You have to read. Because we're going to discuss it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We're going to discuss it. So that way, like I said, literally, I've seen people's lives change in weeks. You know, for me, coaching is not a myth. Coaching is not, I want to collect your money. Coaching is a tool for transformation. And I've seen people change. I've seen somebody who's been abused, had no self-esteem, literally changed before my eyes and became a force to be reckoned with in Nigerian Bar Association.
Wow.
I've seen somebody who, you know, who's never written a book before, went through coaching. She wrote a book in 3 months. And she wrote a powerful book. I've seen somebody who was, you know, had fear of getting married, passed through coaching, and then, you know, she's married now to a very, very powerful young man who's treating her like a queen. I've seen the effects of coaching. I've seen coaching turn people from poor to prince, you know, from pauper to prince. I mean, from pauper to princess. Coaching is powerful. If you give yourself to it, your life will change. You know, so I've seen that happen, and that was what, you know, gave me the inspiration, that gave me the motivation to actually put out more books, so that the questions I've been answering for over 23 years. I felt, you know what, instead of me just answering those questions over and over and over, let me just put in the book. You know, yeah. So if it's a question, if it's worth answering, I'm going to write about it.
Yes, I think that's very well buttressed my thoughts, and which actually is even why this life fit session is about, like I said, write that book resource program, because, you know, like we've heard it said times and times over again that there is actually something that everybody has that is worth sharing. So
yeah,
like you say now, one of the best ways to do that is in writing a book about it, documenting it, be it an experience, be it a skill, be it a particular set of knowledge.
You reminded me of something that right now. One of my books is called rat poison sales to rat race solutions.
Sorry, take that again, sir.
Yeah, from rat poison sales to rat race solutions.
Okay.
Now, that is exactly a story of my life. Some years ago, I used to sell rat poison.
Wow.
On the streets of Ibadan.
Wow, awesome. Amazing.
So from rat poison sales to rat race solutions. In other words, I moved from selling rat poison, right, to now providing rat race solutions.
Awesome. Amazing.
Right? So that also gives you an inkling to how, you know, how I come up with my titles, right? You understand?
Yes, sir.
So it's a real life story. If you read that book, you're going to see how I transited, you know, how my life changed. It's a story of transition. So if you feel you want to transit from an area of your life, you want to move from an industry to another, you want to change your life from where you think you are to where you want to go, that book is something you should read. I promise you, it will change your life.
Amazing. Amazing. And that will bring me to this. You mentioned the fact that you are a publisher, and then backed up with the fact that you are also into coaching, life coaching, by the way. Yeah. Now, the question would be, how would you help someone, like literally somebody who has no experience or no idea how to write a book, move from that point A to the owning, like, and yes, let me put it this way. I want to believe like you do that, particularly via your coaching practices, and yeah. Now, do you now offer that as a service?
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah, I do. So I literally, if I write a book in a day, you can imagine. So if you work with me within a week, your book will almost be ready.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Number one, thank you, Kama Jim George, thank you. Yes, that's it. So but in front you have from. That's the title, from rat poison sales. Yeah, you got it. So just from in front. Yeah. So if I work with you for a week, I'm telling you, if you are ready, because this is what I tell people. If you come to me, I think my middle name is No Excuses. No, I don't think, I know. So if you're going to work with me, you are paying me to change your life. You're paying me that, you know what, I've procrastinated too much on this level. I want to move to the next level. That's why you are paying me. If I may say so, I think I'm good at my job. We're going to fight. Yeah, thank you, Kama. We're going to fight if you come and work with me and you're paying me to help you get something done and you're not doing it. We're going to really fight. So I tell people, so if you want me to coach you, right? This is a fee. If you're a foreign client, you're going to pay me $20 every time you do not complete your assignment. $20. All right? That's how much you're paying me. If you don't pay me, we're not going to move from that spot. We're not going to move from that spot. So because I want you to understand that for every time you waste time and you don't fulfill your goal, you're not pursuing your goals, you're wasting my time, you're wasting your time.
True, sir.
All right. Now, of course, if you're Nigerian, every time you refuse to do your assignment, which you set, not me, interesting, it's not me, you said it, you're owing me 20K. You pay me 20K. You don't pay me 20K, we're not moving. We're not moving. So, but within a week, you're able to actually, I promise you, 1 week, we're going to create the structure for your book. Within a month, if you're serious about it, we'll go to the press, we'll bring out your book in a month.
Okay, sir. That said, now, the idea also, the thought came to me that of all the books you've written, 16 books so far,
yeah,
which would you say, which would you say you had the hardest time writing it? And what was it like?
Hardest time writing. The hardest time writing. None.
Like none.
None. The only book that is the hardest to write for me is the one I've not written.
Okay.
It just means that I don't have enough information yet. All right. You know what? But this is it, right? This is it, right? I enjoy tough titles.
Okay.
Because it's a journey for me to learn. Most of the time, I don't like to turn down invitations, but I do often because of schedule, right?
Yes, sir.
Because of my schedule.
Okay.
But I don't like to turn down invitations. You know why? Because people give you some of the hardest and toughest titles ever to come and speak on. And I'm like, wow, they don't know they're doing me a favor. Every time I've gone to speak somewhere, people wonder, Doctor, how do you do it? You know, because I enjoy the challenge. That's why there's no book that is difficult for me to write. I enjoy the challenge. What if I told you that I wrote, there was a time I had to write 5 books within a week. I had a deadline.
So, okay, exactly. I was going to ask why that, sir. Was there a particular reason to that, or was like...
I gave myself a deadline.
Okay.
And so I decided I was going to do them. So I have a book called Your Relationship Matters. Oh, I love it. I love that book. You know, I love that book because I'll share with you quickly. I'll share with you quickly. So Your Relationship Matters came to existence because I had studied over years. And, you know, my mentor, Dr. Abafemi Oduwole, had always been saying to us that don't pursue funds first, pursue friends.
Okay.
Your friends will raise the funds for you. And so I started thinking, so literally, that is saying that your network is your net worth. If you have a credible and powerful network, you will have a powerful net worth in life. Your relationship truly matters. There are 4 dimensions to knowledge in life. 4 dimensions to knowledge. Take note. 4 dimensions. The first dimension is what we call your IQ.
Okay.
So everybody's born with some degree of intelligence.
Yes, sir.
And I've discovered this, that your IQ is dependent on how well you were fed when you were growing up. And the kind of environment that you were exposed to. Let me tell you this. There's no stupid person on earth. Only stupid environments.
Okay. The thought in my mind. The thought in my mind.
You become as intelligent as the environment that you are exposed to. So if you walk with the wise, you become wise.
Yes,
but the companion of fools will become a fool. So your environment determines your IQ. If I start working with Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and all those guys, guess what? I will start behaving and thinking like them.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You get it? So your IQ, that's the first dimension, right? The second dimension is your technical intelligence. All right? That means that in your industry, wherever you work, it's your ability to get things done, your competence. The skills that you have been able to learn, that's your technical intelligence. All right? Next up is what we call your emotional intelligence. And that's what we call your relational intelligence. It's number 1, you cannot relate well with people if you cannot relate well with yourself.
Okay. Okay.
If you don't understand yourself, you don't understand your emotions. You don't understand the basic 4 emotions. I call them the state of sad, glad, mad, and fad.
And what's the last one?
Say that again.
What's the last one?
Fad. F-A-D.
Okay.
F-A-D.
Okay. All right, sir.
Sad, glad, mad, and fad. Fad means you don't give a hoot. You don't care. You're indifferent. So these are the 4 basic emotions, right? You are either sad, you are either glad, you are either mad, that means you're angry, or you just don't care. Right? So once you know basically what makes you sad, you can start to manipulate and work against it. If you know what makes you glad, then you can actually allow more of that into your life. If you know what makes you mad, what makes you mad you can actually walk around it. If it makes you mad enough to want to change your life, oh my God, go for it. You understand? If it makes you mad that you actually start to misbehave, you run away from it. Fad now is that you're indifferent. You know what? You just don't care. You get to a level where you're indifferent, you're not pushed, you're not motivated, you're not inspired. Oh my God. Once you know that, you know how to handle yourself. Now, guess what? Like I told you from the beginning, once you start to understand these things, you start to understand these emotions, you will start to recognize them in others.
Okay.
Once you start to recognize them in others, then you can relate. You will know, oh, this person, oh, what I just said made this person angry. Oh, I shouldn't say that next time. What I just said made this person happy. Okay, I'm going to say more of this to this person. Why? Because now you can read, you can understand emotions, you can master emotions. Guess what? You're able to now relate more with people. You're not confident. So the more I mastered emotions, the more I learned how to make people laugh. What if I told you years ago I was a depressed person? Why? Because I didn't understand myself. It's one of the reasons why I do what I do today. I want people to understand themselves. I want you to know why you are who you are. I want you to know what you are. I want you to know what's your component, what makes you up, what's your psyche, what makes you tick. If you don't know what makes you work, you can't enjoy yourself. Once you don't enjoy yourself, you can't help other people to enjoy themselves. True. And guess what? Once you don't know how to enjoy yourself, other people cannot make you enjoy yourself. All right? The fourth dimension is what I call the spiritual intelligence, the ability to interact with the supernatural, with the spiritual realm, download what you need, the relevant information you need, and apply it to make your life work, to get yourself successful. Yes, sir. Now, do you know that out of those four, IQ and TQ, that's your IQ, and your technical intelligence, your TQ, yes, sir. They only contribute to 15% of your life success. You're not successful because you have a high IQ. There are a lot of people who are smart, who are poor. You're not successful because you've got great skills. No, there are a lot of people who got great skills who are not succeeding. What contributes 85% of your success is your EQ and your SQ. That's your emotional intelligence and your spiritual intelligence. So while you need the four, if you don't develop your EQ and your SQ, you're going to be limited in your life. And I've checked every successful person I've studied, I've discovered every single one of them, they have high degrees of EQ and SQ. They don't joke with it. Don't joke with it. So it's entirely, that's the more reason why it's so important that we master our relationships. Because I tell you, I have been to places, I have flown, I have stayed in hotels that I would never been able to afford. I've met people I've just walked into on the street. Why? Because of the fact that I have wonderful relationships. Your relationship truly matters. And let me tell you this, in case you don't know, do you know that your SQ is also a function of relationship? Yeah, it's relationship. Because you don't have a great relationship with God, yes, you won't be able to get from Him. The reason why He releases to you is because you got a great relationship with Him. So it's relationship. So we need to get better in the way we handle our relationships. There is nobody, as far as I'm concerned, who is a nobody. Everybody is a somebody. What? That person you're looking at today, who looks as if he's a nobody, is a somebody waiting to happen.
Waiting to happen.
Telling you. So that's the way it is.
Wow.
So that's that, you know, about you know, your relationship matters. It so many things in that book, but it's like my own science. You know, I wrote something for, if you say, you know what, doctor, coach, I have issues with relating with people, come on, go get that book.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You know, I made it easy because while I love paperback, I do. I mean, but ebooks are more mobile. So I intentionally made sure that a lot of all this stuff, they're all ebooks, so you can easily just pick them up, and then read. Yeah.
Wow, amazing, amazing. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. You know, all the while you were speaking, I'm just like, wow, how do we wrap all of this into an hour? And I'm like, of course, definitely people would have to just keep coming back to you for more of these experiences. But then in trying to round up because of time factors, sir, two thoughts were also in my mind. You know, earlier on you had mentioned Google Keep, for instance. And it's been one of the thoughts that I had hoped to put out to you, and that is in the course of your experiences and journey in books, would you say that certain technical skills were necessary or needed? And if yes, what skills would you speak about?
Okay, yeah. So one of the things that I hammer on is storytelling. Storytelling is a powerful skill. If you write books and you cannot captivate your audience are not captivated, they're not following you, you're right, you're gonna have problems. You must master storytelling. I don't care whatever it is you're writing, whether you're writing a technical book, whether you're writing a book about software. If you're not able to do a bit of storytelling in it, people will drop your book. Besides, storytelling allows people to actually do what? It allows them to actually, connect with you, that this is a human being. This person is doing what I want to do. Also, I want to talk about editing. Editing is a skill that will be good for you. I'm not saying you cannot outsource it. Of course, you can outsource somebody like me. I mean, I can do it for you. But it just makes sense that what you're writing makes sense. You understand? So it's very key. Editing is not proofreading. Proofreading is when you are checking for errors, for typos.
Okay.
Editing is that your sentence makes sense. So the sentence, the boy fouled is short, right?
Yes, sir.
But it makes sense.
Okay.
Right?
Yes, sir.
The boy committed a grievous foul. Is a bit more longer. But it makes more sense, right?
Yes, sir.
So you must learn how to, there are instances where you need to learn how to shorten your sentences or make your sentences bigger. If you have to make it longer, because that's the only way people will understand what you're saying. That's editing.
Awesome. Clear.
Putting structure to what you're writing so that they can actually understand what you're saying.
Wow.
Also, I believe that if you are going to write, you must develop your creativity.
Okay.
Because we have what we call writer's block. So, like I told you, I read a lot of books. I watch animations. I watch movies. I read books. I read widely. I take courses. I attend courses. Why? Creativity. I'm trying to get inspiration. It's very important. So that is, because when you're writing, you're going to get stuck sometimes. If you don't have those ideas, you don't have those things. Now technology is there, So
AI is also helpful now.
It's very helpful, yeah. So these things, they are basic things that I believe strongly will help you. Consistent. Your environment matters. Like I told you, there are no stupid people, only stupid environments. So if I'm connected to an inspiring, creative environment that liberates me, that gives me power, that gives me juice, that gives me, interesting stuff, I don't follow just anybody on social media. I follow people that are inspiring. That gives me stuff. Sometimes somebody just says one word, that one word, oh my, I'm going to write 24 pages from one word. Just one word.
Wow.
All right?
Wow.
You know, so that's the way it works. So years ago, I was watching a movie and I saw something. Opportunity favors the bold. Yeah, Kama, reading diversely increases your creativity. It does. It does. But please, make sure you are reading, because there's a difference between information and knowledge.
And particularly when it contains information overload as well.
Yeah. Information is different from knowledge. Information can be jargon. Knowledge is right and relevant information. In other words, you are picking the right and relevant. You are sorting it out. You are picking out the right and relevant information for your own life success. That's what knowledge is. You must be careful to know the difference between information and knowledge. I learned that the hard way, the only way. My library is so diverse that I discovered one day that a lot of the books I had in my library was not going to help me succeed.
Wow.
So I needed to start to sort, and I started looking, okay, where am I going? Where am I headed? Okay, oh yeah, this book will help me. All right, this book will help me. This book will help me. Then I started to, and then sometimes I was there with you. All you need in a book is just one chapter sometimes.
Not necessarily the whole book.
Not the whole book. Okay, don't let me go there, because of people like, you know what, you write books, why are you talking like this? But I'm just being sincere with you. Wow. Sometimes you buy a whole book, and I promise you, all you need is one line in that book, and that will change your life forever. So why you're saying, you know what, why did I go through the whole of this stress to buy this book? Yes, it's worth it, because you see that one line, you would not have found it on the streets. You found it in a book. You understand? So yes, it was like I was watching a whole movie, and the only thing that struck me in the entire movie was what? Opportunity favors the bold. And guess what? It was written on a revolver, on a gun. But that changed my life. Opportunity favors the bold. If you are not bold, opportunity will not make any meaning in your life. It takes only bold people to maximize opportunities. And I can talk about that for 1 hour, so don't let me go there.
So, in fact, I'm like, I don't know, this, even me, I don't want this session to end. Seriously, because I'm just like, it's an amazing experience. Just hearing,
excuse me,
and like you said, this is not just information. This is relevant knowledge, and also very timely. There was this question that I was going to ask, but then I said, you've done justice to it already, because the question is just simple. Like, some people will say writing exhausts them. But then hearing you talk, you definitely know that you are energized just by the mere fact of what you do or what you're doing. And it also boils down to some of your experiences and processes. So, sir, in trying to round off now, sir, what will be your parting words to our audience, and particularly, how do they also get to reach you after now, sir?
All right. Awesome. So I want to say this. I heard this years ago, and it's very powerful, and I want to leave that with you. I have a lot in my head, but let me leave this with you. It's simple. There are two things every human being must do before they die. Number one, plant a tree. Number two, write a book. If you plant a tree, you are leaving a legacy. If you write a book, you are leaving a legacy. Because nobody knows who will enjoy the shade from your tree. and the toxicity in the air that you're going to save people from because you planted that tree.
Wow.
You will stop erosions. You will stop a lot of things. You will enrich lives. Who knows? Some people who are going to get married in years to come may meet under that tree and discuss, and then they get married. Who knows? That's a joke. But also write a book. Share your life experiences. We need them. There is no story that is useless. Share your knowledge with the world. If you don't write a book, how will we know what you have learned? That is how culture has been lost. Knowledge that I've heard from my fathers, I've heard from many people. If you don't put it down, how will you know? If Exodus was not written, if Genesis was not written, how would you have known what happened?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
How would you have known? Who would have told others? That is what it means. If you document those experiences, if you document those thought processes, if you document those lessons, it's going to change lives. And my goal, my dear brother, is to write 200 books before I go.
Wow. Wow. Amazing.
So I'm way behind. So I need to hasten things up.
That accounts for like five books in a week.
Yeah, so I can do it.
And I
can do it. Yes, I can. I
will. I saw a comment. Someone was asking, how did that happen? But then I don't think we're going to get into that for now because our time is fast spent. Yes, sir. But then, like I asked, sir, how do people get to reach you after?
Oh, yeah. How can you reach me? All right. Beautiful. So you can reach me directly. Reach out to me. You can send, I'm sure Isaac will post the link of our store.
Yes,
you
sir.
Can see that, you check out the books. You could also, you want to join in the challenge, 5 books a week. Let's do it. Let's go. Come on. Let's go there. Yeah. I think we can try it. I think we can work on it. Yeah. If we have enough people, let's do it. Why not? Let's do it. I can guide you through the process. Let's do 5 books a week. Let's do it. I'm ready. I'm game. Let's do. Let's go.
Amazing.
I write my own. You write yours. But if you don't write it, there'll be dilemma. There'll be wow. 20K you will pay me by force. So we can do that. You can reach me also. You could actually follow me. You could actually follow me on Facebook here. On Instagram, you can find me. I'm at I am Dr. AAA. I think I should just type it. You know what? Let me just type in the comment.
Yes, so beautiful.
Okay, let me type in the comment. Okay, so that will work. So on Facebook, you could get me on, of course, Adeniyi Atiba. You know, on IG, you could get me on. Let me put it there at I am Dr. AAA. Yeah, and my website, you can also get me on my website, www.iamdrAAA.com. You can find me on LinkedIn. Let me put it there.
Yes, sir. Please, as much platforms as your hunter.
Okay. All right. You can find me on LinkedIn with Adeni Adebola Atiba. Email, of course. You can get me. Okay. Adeni. All right. So, yeah, I think with this, yeah. So. That's it. So you could find me there. Oh yeah, let me have this for those who would want to chat with me immediately on WhatsApp. So you might want to say, you know what, doctor, let me chat with you immediately. Let me connect with you on WhatsApp. So that's I'm gonna put the country code there, so it's easy for anybody who is both outside the country and inside the country to reach me.
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yes, sir.
So you can reach me directly on this. Yeah. So I think we're good to go. So yeah, my email is there, my Facebook is there, my IG is there, my LinkedIn is there, my website is there. You could connect with me on any of those platforms and all that and all that and all that. And if you want to be a part of Success Hackers, well, these days I've been busy, but you can also reach out to Isaac. Isaac can hook you up, you know. So I'll be. But 2023, yeah, we're going to be doing a lot of stuff. I'm changing the face of things. I was thinking that I wanted to pull out all you silent viewers.
Oh,
So,
oh yes.
so
that's actually a challenge for us to get more involved. Should be told.
Yeah. So, but it's good. It's good. But I want us to become a coaching community more. So I'm still looking at it. We might have to make it maybe a bit paid. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't want to have to force it down the throat of everybody. But then, you know, basically, I think what we'll do is I'll walk around it. Who knows? I might just pick your brain and then see what we can do with it. So,
right. So because even right now, an idea even came to me, but I think we will talk about that after now the end is into.
All right. Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. That's great.
All right.
Thank you very much, Isaac. Thank you, everyone. Kevin, you're the man. Karma, God bless you. You guys are doing good. Thank you so much for being an amazing audience. And to all who are watching everywhere, who are not commenting anyways, love you all nevertheless. Thanks a lot, Isaac, for having me. It's been a wonderful time. Thanks.
Thank you so much, sir. And do enjoy the rest of your night as well, sir.
I will, definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Cheers. Good night. All right, cheers. Thank you so much. Bye.
Yes, sir. Thank you, everyone. Catch up tomorrow and after now. Come on, let's January start, please. We start January, even starting from now. All right, then. So, again, tomorrow we go. Thank you, everyone. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much, sir.